Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to day 12 of my vlog. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's close to my heart, and that's the concept of leadership. Leadership is something that is important because if you have followed my earlier vlog, you realize that the ability to rally people, to move people, to motivate people is something that ChatGPT cannot replicate for senior PMETs. And therefore, if we want to stay employed and employable, we need to understand leadership and be able to lead our teams. So sometime back, as I was talking to some friends, they're always asking me, Justin, how do you become a better leader? My point to them was very simple. We are oftentimes too over-fixated on the actions that we do, right? But to me, over the years, I've realized that people don't quite respond to the actions or what we do towards them, but the intention behind our behaviors. So, if you want me to give you an example, if, for example, you're harsh to someone, right, but ultimately your intentions are good, you're doing it because it's good for the individual, then the individual will respond to their intention and he will not so-called dislike you or hate you for that. But conversely, you can be the nicest to the individual and always say the nicest thing. But if your intentions are not pure and it's not being done in the interest of the individual, then the person will not respond to you and the person will not trust you. For me, I've had this experience many times in my life. When I was a young officer, I had this boss who was a trained psychologist, so he therefore did all the right things. He said the right things. He actually ran the department like a scientific experiment. Everything was right, everything was according to psychology. But to me, I never trusted him because I never sensed that I truly mattered to him and I felt more like an experiment to him. In contrast, I had a boss who was very nasty. He was constantly pushing me, demanding things, and he was naturally sometimes quite harsh. But when I think back and I reflect on it, I actually felt that I trusted him because I knew that even though he was harsh, he was actually doing it for my own good. And ultimately, that's what I responded to. So, my friends, as you start developing your leadership abilities and potential, I want you to keep this in mind. People don't respond to your actions, they respond to your intentions. Right? And therefore, if your intentions are good, it doesn't matter if your behavior is harsh in terms of whether you're demanding or you scold them and things like that. If your intentions are good, and even though you're harsh, they will still trust you as a leader. But conversely, if you are so afraid and you're always saying the nicest things to them, being very polite and so on, but of course you don't see them as an individual, you're not interested in their development as an officer, then they will also sense that. And even though you're the nicest boss, nobody will trust you. So please keep that in mind for today. I want you to go and think about it, and then we'll talk a bit more about leadership tomorrow, or maybe something else that comes to mind. Because tomorrow it's a public holiday, it's a holiday, right? And let's see where this goes.